Alright, we're going to focus on a quick warm-up that you can do before any type of exercise. And this is also to help you relieve any sort of aches and pains that you may have on different joints that we all tend to have every once in a while. So this is to help you work around those aches and pains as well. So we're going to first focus on our knee joints and hip joint. So a lot of the time when we have knee pain, for example, is because we tend to have very tight quadriceps and hip flexors. So all you gotta do is grab a mat, yeah, get the knee that hurts, yeah, or the weak leg on the floor like that, and try to get everything 90 degrees. So this foot adjusted forward, this foot, with the back foot, you gotta make sure you tuck it in like that, yeah. So a lot of the time we tend to have it like that, double check, tuck it in, and really try to get the ball of the foot in. Yeah, once you get that, everything is facing forward, squeeze is glued, yeah, and brace the ribcage and just hold it here. Yeah, you're gonna keep pushing this hip forward, and ideally the longer you hold it, the better. For the purpose of this warm-up video, we're just gonna do just 30 seconds, around 30 seconds on each leg like that. So you're gonna squeeze it and just keep pressing down into the foot and this hip forward like that, and just making sure everything's upright. So it's especially good if you can do this facing facing a mirror, or having a mirror on your side, because that's just gonna double check. You can double check your posture while doing this. Yeah. Once you do one side, get the other side. Everything right as always. Back toes under. Everything 90 degrees. Front foot forward. Again, a lot of the time we just tend to do this. Just bring that front foot forward. Posture up. Yeah. No matter what you do, you gotta just make sure you posture up. So always come back to that. How can I make sure I'm postured up? Like that. Press the back foot forward. Yeah. As I mentioned, the longer you can hold it, the better. So ideally 2 to 5 minutes is good, but if you have very little time to warm up, just 30 seconds on each side is better than nothing. Yeah. So once we do that, we are going to focus on our serrators, which is the back muscles here. So a lot of the time when we have shoulder issues or tight neck, it's simply because our serrators is not switched on. Yeah. So how do you switch on your serrators? There's several different ways. And one of the simplest ways is just bring your arms out like that, bring the elbows into the body. Yeah, and what you're going to do is shoulders back and down, like that. So if I show you from sideways, all I'm doing is I'm bringing the shoulder back and down. Yeah, and after doing that, I'm squeezing the back here. Yeah, if I show you this angle, what I'm doing is squeezing this muscle here, and I'm pulling my arm out like that. So if you want to do both sides, I'm squeezing in and out like that. And what I'm doing is squeezing my elbows into the body and I'm holding that. Now if you're doing this correctly, well, you should feel it all across here on the lower back, like that. And again, proud chest, squeeze back and just stay postured up, like that. Good. And what you want to do is maybe hold it for 10 to 20 seconds, squeeze the back. And if you don't feel it as much, you can do one arm at a time, like that. Yeah. Another little tip, you can have something like a towel there, or you can have your own arm, like that. And that also helps to activate like that, activate the serrators, especially if you have one arm weaker than the other side, like mine is my left side. So I always gotta make sure I switch on the left side first, especially before doing anything upper body related. It's a great one to do. And these little things like this, you don't necessarily have to do just before exercising, even between exercises as well. It's great to do. Next, we're gonna simply focus on the neck. We're going to focus on the levator scapular muscle, which we all tend to be tight at. So what you're going to do is you're going to look over there and then down. And then simply have your hands gently pressing down. So you don't want to put too much force, just gently pressing down. This opposite hand, you're just going to have it as far away as possible. Now I'm doing this in a kneeling position, but you don't have to. You can do this while standing. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. And whilst here, you can just take some few deep breaths. Again, the longer you hold, the better. For the purpose of this video, we're simply going to do about 30 seconds on each side. Once you do that, then we can do the other side. So I'm looking that way and then down. So there, then down. That way I can specifically target the levator scapular muscle over there. And take some deep belly breaths. Yeah, that. Pushing these arms down. Just allowing those muscles to relax a little bit. Now once you do that, we're going to focus on the lower back. So what we're going to do is a simple pigeon stretch. So come into a tabletop position, so everything on fours. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring one knee in between my hands like that. So if I show you this way, Yeah, you're gonna bring the knee in between the hands. Let me go back a little bit so you can see better. I'm gonna bring the knee in between the hands, and we're gonna try to sit heavy on the hips like that. Yeah. Now a lot of the time when we do this, we just tend to be like this. Can you see my hips are gone off? I'll show you like that way. My hips are like that. So what I gotta do is I gotta bring this hip forward like that. I just gotta learn to sit like that. You can see my back is slightly arched. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna relieve my back. I'm gonna lean forward a little bit. I can also come into my elbows. And you feel this where your tightness, you know, wherever your tightness around the hips. Yeah, in most occasions where we tend to be quite tight around here on the glutes. A lot of the time when we have those unnecessary back niggles, it's because our glutes, the bum muscles are tight. So you gotta make sure you stretch out the glutes quite a lot. Especially if you're sitting a lot, the glutes tend to be very stiff. So as a result of that, the back gets too tensed up, which is why it causes you all those unnecessary pains. So again, it's great to do this before a workout. Again, the longer the better, but if you got not restricted time, 30 seconds to a minute is fine on one side. Opposite side again, how do we get into this? Tabletop position. Get one knee in between the hands, the other foot as far away as possible. Adjust your hips forward, and just hold that. And then elbows in, breathe, take some deep belly breath, heavy on the hips. And once we do this, we can come back here and let's simply do a child's pose. Yeah. So this is also great for the ankles, especially targeting the ankles. You can simply sit on your heels, tuck your toes under, and just walk your hands forward like that, and just be heavy. And go back a little bit. And so just walk your fingers away from you. Be heavy on your toes and your shoulders. You can walk your feet like that, and you should feel that all throughout here, in the back of the ankles. Deep breaths. Yeah, now this is a great stretch, but you can also do with your toes under. That also stretches the front of the calves, the front of the shins, which is very important as well because we tend to be very tight on the front of the feet and shins. Like that. Good. Now when you're doing this, you might notice that you might not be able to go as far. Yeah. So what you want to do is get your knees a bit further out, like that, so you can get lower. Yeah. So each one of us has slightly different hip placements. So play around this position so you can stretch out. There we go. Just to finish off, you're going to do a quick W. So if you've never done a W before, remember you're going to have your arms, this is a W position. You're going to get your palms facing each other. You're going to do the same thing, you're going to squeeze the elbows in. This is similar to the no money drill that we just worked on earlier. Just going to do that, and you're going to squeeze the elbows in like that. To show you sideways, facing in, squeeze the elbows and just hold it. You can squeeze the glutes, brace the lower back, and just hold this position for 10 to 20 seconds as hard as possible. So I'm doing two things here. I'm pulling my elbows towards my hips, and I'm lifting my thumbs towards the ceiling. Like that. Squeeze back. Again, if you're doing it right, you should feel it all across that lower back, the mid back, a little bit on your lower back as well. It's great to strengthen the lower back. To finish off, simply do a plank and fire up the whole engine, the whole body. So elbows right below the shoulders, feet in, squeeze the glutes, shoulders back, tuck the ribcage in, and squeeze every inch of your body. As hard as you can, 10 to 20 seconds, fire everything out. Pull everything you got. Brace and pull, 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 pull. Squeeze. Squeeze the glutes as hard as possible. And time. The reason why I'm going to do that is just because it'll fire up everything that you need to make sure is switched on when you're doing any exercise. Remember, every exercise that we're doing is revolving around a plan. Yeah, so you got to make sure you bring the shoulders back, ribcage in, tilt the glutes in, like that. So shoulders back and down actually, ribcage in, tilt the pelvic in to find that neutral position. So keep that in mind. Whatever exercise we do is always revolving around those few concepts. Hope that helps.